Hi everyone. So for my horticulture research project, I studied the Albizia tree. The Albizia tree is an invasive species in Hawaii and it is not native there. It has taken over Hawaii's ecosystems on most of the islands. It is a mass force of destruction and it is native to Papua New Guinea, Indonesia, and the Solomon Islands. The Albizia was first introduced in 1917 by Joseph Rock. He originally introduced it to serve as an ornamental plant or for reforestation purposes. At this time, foresters became concerned with erosion impacts due to logging and agriculture, so they thought this would be a quick fix. Over 1,400,000 albizia trees were planted at the time, and the albizia eventually took over abandoned sugarcane fields and took over the islands. The albizia is a large to medium-sized tree that can grow up to 40 meters high. The bole of the tree is branchless up to 20 meters, and it is about 100 centimeters in girth. In the open, the tree stands straight and forms a large dome-shaped canopy that is light green. The tree is nitrogen fixing, which means it changes the soil in Hawaii's environment. And if you cut it, it just encourages its growth. So you have to use other methods of removing it. The albizia has had a significant amount of impact on Hawaii's natural ecosystems. It is considered to be one of the fastest growing trees in the world. It grows up to 15 feet in 1 year. And they also go through a process called sudden branch drop because they are brittle, which is known to destroy houses, roadways, and it's actually been known to injure people too. One case of this was during Tropical Storm Iselle in 2014. During this time, Hawaii residents were blocked off from roadways and were cut from electricity due to the Albizia tree. They were stranded there for days. The Albizia tree has also taken over the forest there. The canopy doesn't allow the plants there to get the sunlight they need to thrive, and since it is nitrogen fixing, it changes the volcanic soil. And volcanic soil is normally not nutrient rich, so Hawaii's plants have adapted to grow without these nutrients, and changing that just kills them. It has also had a significant cultural impact because it has changed the cultural historic sites there. Some of the landmarks there are not recognizable anymore. They look completely different than they would have looked 100 years ago. There's been a lot of research going on with this tree in the past few years. Physical removal is a strategy that can be done, but it needs to be done by a professional arborist. And it needs to be removed in its entirety, including the seeds and everything else. If you find the tree as a seedling, you can remove it because they are shallow rooted. Just make sure you get all of the tree and then put it in a bag and dispose of it properly. Chemical treatments have also been known to be highly effective. For example, you can use herbicides, but just make sure you're cutting off the treated dying branches, because you don't want them to fall and hurt someone or a structure or anything like that. There are several uses of the tree. One of them is planting it with eucalyptus. Since eucalyptus requires nitrogen, this actually helps the tree thrive. And also at the University of Hawaii at Manoa, they have discovered that the tree creates a strong building structure despite its brittleness in the wild. So this is one of the strategies they're looking at using to solving the housing crisis that's going on in Hawaii. The tree is a major concern to both the government and local communities there. So both local residents have stepped up, and especially in Puna and Hilo, they have communities of volunteers who assess tree safety and track and monitor new plants or old ones just to make sure everything's okay. the government there regularly works with the community associations and oversees them, so they have all the resources they need. Partnerships with the Hawaii Department of Transportation, Hawaii Electric Company, Hawaii County, and the U.S. Forest Service and the Big Island Invasive Species Committee have also arose. So they all work together to combat this tree.